Okay guys, super quick video about vaccines here. There's a place in my city that is called Passport Health, and they do all the vaccinations for travel. You should Google, find a city near you if there's not one in your own city, but there's probably some place that can do that for you. If you just go there and tell them where you're traveling to and for how long, they'll kind of tell you what you need to get. But I'm just going to give the rundown here. They recommend for China specifically, let's see, tetanus. Tetanus is really important, especially even if you've had one in the US or wherever you live. It needs to be updated every 5 years if you're traveling abroad. So I didn't have to get mine done because I had it done 2 years ago when I went to China last time. Let's see, measles, mumps, rubella. You should have probably had that when you were a kid. Tetanus, I just said. Where are the rest of them? Hepatitis B. I think that's also one of those that you usually get when you're younger, so you might already have it anyway. Shingles. Yeah, I already had shingles. It's not pleasant. You should get the shingles vaccine. I've never been in more pain in my entire life. So, yeah, you should get that. You don't want shingles. Where are the rest of them? Okay, here's specifically vaccinations for China. Hepatitis A. You may or may not have had that when you were younger. I hadn't had it yet. I had B. B I'd already had. Rabies, you can get, but it's really expensive. And, you know, you could also just stay away from dogs and monkeys and things like that. Japanese encephalitis. I did not get that. They recommend it, but you have to get it like 6 months before you go. And it's, again, kind of expensive. I think encephalitis is kind of one of those things where you're not very likely to get it. If you do get it, you're kind of SOL. But you're not very likely to get it. I'm not too worried about that. Polio. You've probably had polio. I'm pretty sure you're required to have it for school, at least in the US. Typhoid. Typhoid. My typhoid was a pill. So you might not even have to get a shot for that one. Talk to your doctor. But mine was a pill. You take it every other day. It's not that bad. Tick-borne encephalitis. I didn't get that. Yellow fever. Nothing about that. Oh, you have to get... Maybe I already had yellow fever? I don't know. My doctor didn't mention anything about it. If you're in a malaria area, you might want to consider pills for it. I'm in Beijing, so I'm not too worried about malaria. I was down south for about a week and a half the last time I was in China. I didn't bother with them. I was fine. I wouldn't be too worried. You can, or you can't. It's kind of just an up to you sort of a thing. Let's see. Avian influenza, I don't think there's really a whole lot they can do about that. Tuberculosis. Again, one of those things that you probably already had if you went to public school. And I think most of these are for non-China places, because I think that's about it. Yeah, and also they recommend you take something for if you eat something and it makes you sick. So, you know, antidiarrheal pills are a good idea. Yeah, I think that's about it. A note on the hepatitis A vaccine is that you have to get one and then you have to get the second dose 6 months later. So I actually had the first dose 2 years ago, and I thought I'd have to start all over, and they're like, no, it's still fine, and they gave me the second dose, and now I'm completely done with Hep A. So you might have already had a lot of what you need, but find somebody, talk to them. It's a lot of things that are easily avoidable. It's not terribly expensive, but and you know, malaria and Japanese encephalitis I'm not too worried about, but there are other things that are more common, and it's way cheaper to just, like typhoid, it's way cheaper to just take the pill or get the shot for typhoid and avoid it altogether. If you have to go to the hospital because you get typhoid, it's going to cost way more money. So yeah, those are what they recommended for me. I suggest you call someone, they'll tell you what they recommend for your country. Yeah. Bye guys, I gotta go to the dentist. Later.